The 2026 World Surf League Championship Tour rewrote history in front of the masses at Snapper Rocks.
It's just a great challenge. I can show up against these young women.
Stephanie Gilmore silenced the critics and once again immortalized her legacy as the Queen of Snapper reclaimed her Gold Coast crown. In the men's draw, another Queenslander channeled his effortless power into excellence and returned to the winner's circle on home turf.
Oh, I feel so good.
In all the Aussie glory, two Brazilians lead the rankings.
See, number one.
Now, the championship tour traverses the Tasman Sea to the dramatic and diverse landscapes of Raglan, New Zealand. 50 years ago, the World Tour's humble roots grounded on the North Island. 50 years later, the world's best return to compete at the Cero New Zealand Pro presented by Bonsoy. Imagine what's next. Kia ora, good morning, and welcome to Dawn Patrol here for the Cero New Zealand Pro presented by Bonsoy. Stop for the Championship Tour. The world's best are here to compete at Manu Bay for the first time in Championship Tour history for the men and women's tour. Leo Fioravanti, Connor O'Leary fresh off the final, a new world number one, Luana Silva's ready. Jake Marshall doesn't mind a little bit of cold coming from Southern California. And Griff focusing on his backhand attack here at Raglan. Eli Hanneman firing up. Italo's been winning a lot of the free surf. So yeah, he's caught over 200 waves in the last couple of days as we're enjoying this beautiful sunrise. History-making type event. Being here at Raglan for the first time at the CT level. These ruler edge lefts just peeling around Manu Bay in this rad, cool, rhythmic town of Raglan. It's a small town vibe, a lot of great surfers, and they are so thrilled that the CT is stopping here. Thanks for being with us and hanging out with us here at stop number 4 of the season. Joe Turpel, Jesse Starling, and Richie Lovett. Jesse, I know you've made a few trips here to Raglan. There's been so much anticipation on seeing the world's best perform here. How thrilled are you?
I love coming back to Raglan. It really does have a special place in my heart. It's one of those towns that you truly do fall in love with really quickly when you keep coming back, and the wave's really fun. The people are beyond kind, and I am so excited to be here for the first time for the championship tour at Raglan.
Richie Lovett, you competed for a very long time. I imagine you would have put a jersey on at some point around here before.
Yeah, I have, Joe. A long time ago, which kind of shows my age. But you know what, though? It really hasn't changed too much. The wave hasn't really changed at all. The town hasn't really changed too much, and that's what is really special about Raglan. You know, it's still pristine, and it's amazing to be back in New Zealand. I'm feeling it. It's nice and chilly.
Well, it is stop number 4 of the season, so we've already finished 3 events. How quickly has that gone? The Aussie leg was thrilling, especially with the Gold Coast being one of the best events we've had at Snapper Rocks ever. Easy to call that. Miguel Pupo had an emotional win to kick off the season. Gabriel O'Brien started off with the yellow jersey with her big win at Bells. Then it was George Pitar winning his first ever at Margaret River. Lakey Peterson did it for the veterans. And then the Aussie sweep, Ethan Ewing, Steph Gilmore. This was the big event that popped on the calendar, being here for the first time ever. After this, we head to the warm water rights of Punta Roca, Brazil, Chopes, Cloudbreak, Lowers, and then the tour shrinks for the postseason. Everyone gathers again at the Pipe Masters, where that is worth 15,000 points for a win. We were so excited about this schedule for several reasons. Raglan popping up being one of them, Jesse.
Oh, absolutely. We get to go left. We can straighten out the spine a little bit more, start to swing for us on our backhands for our fellow commentator, Kaipo. He gets to go front side over here. And I feel a lot of the goofs would be pretty happy to see a traditional long-running left point break on tour.
Yeah, 100%. It creates balance. Having a performance left pop up here at stop number 4 of the season. It's a nice brisk Friday morning. Let's see if we're going to get things underway here on opening day. We'll say a big good morning to Vaughn Blakey with Renato Hickel.
Kia ora, Joe. Kia ora, team. And kia ora, Renato. Welcome. Now, you're a goofy. We're in the land of the long left-hander, mate. And what is the official call? Are we going to get this thing kicked off?
We will. The event is on. 8 a.m. It starts with women round 1, followed by men round 1 and men round 2. We're going to start with overlapping hits at 44 minutes. And we will monitor conditions throughout. There is always that dicey moment through the low tide. So we're going to check conditions. So a bit smaller than yesterday on a training day. Yesterday we had amazing waves, but it's still a lot of sets out there with a lot of waves per set. So anticipating an awesome day of competition. Sun is out, offshore winds. What else we could ask for?
Oh, no, not much, mate. And, we're returning to New Zealand. How's the energy been for you, walking around town and being down here on the point?
Incredible. It's we've been so welcomed by everyone in town and around here, the area of Manu Bay. The locals are ecstatic. The kids are in awe with the surfers. So one of the best welcome receptions we had on tour for a long time, and we thank everybody, all the locals here for that.
Oh, we're so excited to get going. Let's fire this thing up, Renato.
Let's do it. It's on.
Let's go. They're dancing down there because they're trying to stay warm, but also so thrilled that we're kicking things off here on opening day. Renato talked about the tides. That lower tide is later on about 2 o'clock this afternoon. It's almost peaking at high tide just after 8 a.m. Overlapping heats to truly take advantage of the swell we have today. So that's Sal Fitzgibbons, Vahine Fierro out there first. As we've seen in the first 2 events of the season, using that overlapping format, Jesse, we can really accomplish a lot today.
Yep. Pretty sure we broke records over at Margie's. We did the most heats ever done in a day, but I really enjoy the overlapping heats. I feel like it gives us just a completely different way to look at competitive surfing. It's a different approach for all of the athletes as well. And if there's waves, let's make the most of it and get everyone out there.
Well, let's get a look at the Surfline maps. They are always sending us the reports on the championship tour. Thanks to the whole crew breaking it down for us. Richie, they kind of told us ahead of time that opening day would probably be a good one to compete.
Yeah, and you can see where we are here on the globe, New Zealand, North Island. And about 2 hours south of Auckland on the west coast here of New Zealand. And these southwest swells, they come right around from the bottom of Australia, move up in between the 2 countries here and produce long lined up swells, which we love here at Raglan. So looking at today's forecast, 3 to 5 foot faces, that's going to hang around all day long. And the wind's going to tick around from the offshore to the cross shore sort of throughout the day, but great conditions, nice and sunny, as Renato said. And then looking ahead, sort of more of the same over the next 3 or 4 days. Consistent swell. The good thing is that when the sets do come, we're seeing a series of waves, 4 to 5 waves almost in every set. So that's great signs, and that's why we've opted to do the overlapping heats. But wind and swell really turning it on for us today.
Love it. Thanks, Rich. Thanks, Surfline. And look at this man. Italo Ferreira has been putting on a clinic the last few days. How about that? That's a little teaser of how he's going to approach his match. So exciting, explosive. He can even get a soft section and go huge on it. That's going to be his secret weapon. And just to throw it out there, he's my power surfer on my fantasy team.
Stop it. I love that for you. Well, a good pick.
Yeah, looking solid. He's in round 2 already. He'll take on the winner of Ramsey Bookham and Seth Muniz as this one continues on. One of our favorite parts about being here, though, is meeting the locals and really feeling the culture. I saw both your faces at the opening ceremony. It was thrilling, but it's just filled with world-class surfing as well. And let's get a moment to really learn more about the Maori Board Riders Club.
Nau mai te ata, haere rā e te pō, tuturu whakamaua ki a Tina, haumi e hui e. Surfing is a cultural custom for Māori people. So the ancestors bring that activity to Aotearoa, and we're just following in their footsteps.
decided to start the Māori Board Riders back in 2023 for the whānau, for our children, especially the ones that can't afford to come out and surf. It's a very expensive sport. During our whānau days, we call it a whānau day, we don't call it a competition. We come down just to connect with one another.
Whangaroa Māori Board Riders is quite a special little club, our community of surfing in Raglan and Whangaroa here that have started. A mixed bunch of people there. We've got people from all over the motu. We've been part of this surfing community for most of our lives. It's really not even about us, it's about our trying to create that space for our kids.
I just started surfing. It's really cool to come out here with my friends and whānau, and I can get coached from the older people that have been surfing for ages, and it's just really cool.
Recently, we actually went down to Taranaki for the Māori Nationals, and we were the most successful club. So hopefully in the future with the Māori Board Riders, eventually we'll get these little Māori kids in the WSL and on the Pro Tour. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
I'm excited for WSL to come because I'm going to be surfing with the pros for the Rising Tide comp. I'm also excited because I'm going to be a caddy. It's just going to be like amazing to have all the pros here at Manu Bay.
So many smiling faces in the Maori Board Riders Club. It's fun to get to know them. They've been just so gracious with their time with us, and also thrilling that they'll be participating as board caddies for the best surfers in the world. I mean, you both grew up in board riders culture, and great to hop over here and really get involved with it as well.
Yeah, there's a word that comes to mind when you think about Raglan and the surf community, and it really is family. And it just really does channel throughout every single stream that they have going around here, whether it's the coffee shops or the local surf shop where you come down and it's the board riders. It really is this beautiful community that all looks after each other, and the Māori Board Riders really encapsulate that as well.
Looking forward to everything happening today. If you're just joining us, it is on opening day here on Friday morning, starting off with the best women in the world. We'll break down that heat draw, and also Steph is back. Can she take this one out and go back-to-back with her wins on tour? More on that after the break.
You say you're a fan? Prove it. Hit up your friends or go against the world. Leave no doubt. Pick your fantasy team. There's only one champion.
You got to listen to Jesse Starling. Pick your team, and you got to prove it. If you think you know who's going to win, let us know. Play at worldsurfleague.com. You can also pick your team on the WSL app. Remember, think about your power surfers. I'm just spilling the beans. I went Aaron Brooks as my power surfer on the women's side. Do you want to share any secret information?
I'll spill my beans. I went Molly Picklum as my power surfer on the women's side.
Wow, there you go. You get double points there. Rick, you going to keep it a secret like you usually do?
No. I'm happy to spill the beans on this one. Aaron Brooks, I'm with you. Gabriel Medina. Locked in.
Double points.
Yeah.
It's going to be huge. Coming off a pretty stellar Gold Coast event. Easy to agree that that's one of the best we've ever had at Snapper Rocks?
For sure.
Still buzzing from it.
Yeah.
For so many reasons. You know, when you look at Steph Gilmore and the GOATs, we're telling the next generation what it was like when she dominated the sport. And well, they got a chance to see it in real time. Richie, this was one of my favorite wins of her entire career, and she's got many of them.
Yeah, she has so many, and just incredible to see Steph Gilmore back in vintage form here. And what a way to do it at a home break at Snapper Rocks in what was probably the biggest crowd we've ever seen on hand for a finals day. It was just so much energy and hype around it, and you can see Steph just getting swamped. But, you know, it was Steph just finding her form again. The first two events, a little slow. She had that competitive rust. She admitted it. She wasn't in fine form. Even at the start of this event, it just took a little while to get through the gears and really fire up. But looking great now. We feel like Steph's really starting to hit back into good form.
She'll have a match with Anat Leilior. Remember, Anat had the 8-3-3 at the season opener at Bells Beach, has fallen in the first round since then, but she's going to go all out. She'll be on her front side of this wave. But, you know, for Steph just to win her 34th, breaking her own record, saw her move into The top 10 where she belongs, now world number 7.
Yeah, exactly where she belongs, Joe. You nailed it there. It's weird not having the GOAT in the top 10, but guess what? Now we do. And I also just love how much it's changing. Now that we have this full year format, we really are seeing the rankings just chop and change. It's giving everyone a chance to fight for their spot in that postseason that we have coming up later in the year. Just wanted to have a notable mention though for number 9, Nadia Aristabe. What can 12 months can do for someone? I mean, this time last year, she wasn't making heats on the championship tour. She was sent back to the Challenger Series. Now she's earned her spot. She's a rookie on tour, and she really does look like she belongs here. So Nadia, it's insane how far she's come in the last 12 months.
And also looking at the top of the ranking for the first time in her career, Luana Silva wears the yellow jersey. What a turnaround it's been for Lulu, and the first Brazilian female to hold the yellow jersey since Jacqueline Silva did back in 2004.
Yeah, amazing stuff. Luana Silva, definitely the most improved on the women's side in my mind over the last season in particular. You know, she made that final in Bells last year, and then she's really just, started to get into this world title conversation this year already, sitting at number 1. She hasn't quite got the win yet. She's 4-0 in finals, but that win is certainly just around the corner. But she's surfing with more confidence now, with more intent. The maneuvers she's doing with more impact, there's more spray. So everything she's doing is really starting to fall into place. Great team around her, and that beautiful front hand attack at Snapper Rocks was really on show. So Lulu in fine form.
When she lost in the quarters at Bells, Jesse, I could tell it wasn't enough. Like a quarter a couple years ago, she might have been like, okay, moving forward. And then finals, she has the same reaction. Second's not going to do it for Lulu this year.
I love how open she is about that as well, being like, I really, really wanted that win, but taking those seconds so graciously in her stride as well. I really do believe that. That's showing the amount of work that she's doing outside the water. There's clearly a lot of headspace work going on. Time in the gym. She's looking stronger than we've ever seen in her career, and she looks great in yellow.
Look at this turnaround for Luana Silva. Rookie year 2022. Really didn't get going at all. Sent back to the Challenger Series. Repeated that same result the following year. Back to the Challengers again. Was a replacement for Gilmore, and then was able to surf a complete season. We saw the final start happening last year, and the improvement is still going sky high.
Yeah, it's been a meteoric rise for sure, no doubt. But as you mentioned, Jess, she's in the yellow jersey now, and that is a spotlight. It also acts as a bit of a target as well. All of a sudden, she's the one that everyone is chasing, and that somewhat comes with pressure. So let's just see whether she can handle that pressure. There's a bit of weight with that jersey. It looks good, but it's heavy sometimes.
Yeah, we're going to see how she goes with it at this event. First time ever, she's going to be world number 1. As we know, this is a special event for surfing history, being here at Raglan for the first time for the men and women at the championship tour level. However, we have had CT events here in the past. Paige Harrop, one of the great Goofy Foots, was on tour for several years, and an event popped up in her hometown of Taranaki. And look at the names that took it over. Carissa Moore, 2010 victory. That was in her rookie season. Sal Fitz won in 2011. Steph Gilmore, 2012. Those 3 giant names are in the draw here at Raglan. And then one of the best ever from California, Courtney Conlog, taking out a huge win. So it's been way too long since we needed to come back to New Zealand, and we've got some winning feelings for Riss, Sal, and Steph in the draw here once again here in Manu Bay, ready to compete. Remember, contest is on today. We're kicking things off with the overlapping format. Sally Fitzgibbons will be out there with Vahine Fierro. More coming up on Dawn Patrol right after this. Ethan Ewing took over on the Gold Coast at Snapper Rocks. 4 straight days of pumping conditions. The closest wave to his house at Stradbroke. He spent so much time on this sand point, testing boards from Darren Hanley. Everything came together for Ethan Ewing. One thing he mentioned, just how much fun he had. His friends were there. He was surfing for them, and he finally got his victory here at Snapper Rocks. Now a Bells champ, J-Bay champ, Snapper champ, all the classic right-hand point breaks. He's got them all.
Oh, and he just looks so sharp on the Gold Coast, and that's the form that we're used to seeing him in. And I love the fact that now we have Ethan Ewing in a spot on the rankings that we're used to seeing from him.
Yeah, the whole topic was what's going on with his world title campaign. He was quick to answer at stop number 3, Rick.
Yeah, he sure was. Just really noting that the world title campaign is underway, and I actually love that he's vocalising it. It just shows us how invested he is and how important that world title is for him. He's really going to try and run it down this season.
Also looking at that rankings, Gabriel Medina back in a ferocious type of form, after a whole season off, 32 years of age, a 3-time world champ, the most decorated surfer currently on the championship tour, has just bulldozed his way to world number 1 this year.
Anyone who had any doubts about Gabby Medina coming back and maybe not having it still was so wrong, and he really did prove that throughout the GWM Aussie Treble. Gabby Medina has just come back in this form where there's fire, there's feistiness. He's just ready to compete and take anyone down. Working with Adriano de Souza, it really has been this incredible combination for his career, but just so fast, so sharp. I keep calling him an animal because that's exactly what he is. He's a competitive animal, and I know he hasn't won an event yet, but just his consistency in comparison to what we've seen in other years where he's even won world titles, to have this much consistency at the start of a season, it's scary for everyone else who's not Gabby Medina, because he's just looking so happy, so in flow, and ready for this year.
What impresses me the most, too, it's like, Bells hasn't always been easy for him in his career. Same with Margaret River, but he just found better consistency than maybe he's had at any point of his career. Now, what is he going to do moving forward now on his front side, Rick?
It's super scary is what it is, because they weren't pet events, as you said, and he's done so well, so consistent. He just looks happy. He looks confident. Like everything is falling into place for him. He's, for me, going to be the one to beat for the world title this year.
He was testing a couple of Channel Islands once again, along with his just classic Cabiancas as well. So we'll see what he ends up choosing when it comes to competition time. But we're just still enjoying the fact that we're here in New Zealand, this beautiful part of the world, and we are celebrating 50 years of the World Tour. In fact, the very first event ever in 1976 was in New Zealand, up the coast in Piha, won by the great Michael Peterson. Big legends like Al Byrne were in the final. I think he even got $50 for best wipeout. Those were awards back then. Wow, 50 years later, we're back here in New Zealand, ready to compete. Women's are called on to start off this Friday morning. Sally Fitzgibbons, Vahine Fierro, followed by Aaron Brooks and Yolanda Hopkins. We'll be right back for more after this. It was a wonderful opening ceremony just days ago with the world's best on hand, and learning so much about the great culture in this region. Being welcomed into that ceremony was a really beautiful part of it for me, knowing your intentions of how you're arriving here at Manu Bay. Seth Moniz had a beautiful speech as well, being a native Hawaiian, and also Vahine Fierro led a song as well from the islands of Tahiti, and just gave us some great feelings heading into what will be opening day, officially called on. That's such a big part of our surfing story, Jesse, is not just ripping waves, but also diving into the culture and the people that make this place so great.
Oh, absolutely. I think I alluded to it before, just the family environment that Raglan has, and that opening ceremony, it was full chills, it was full body goosebumps, and I love that we got to be a part of it.
So cool. The Blakey brothers were a part of it as well, and they were getting fired up for opening day. Let's send it to Ronnie and Vaughn.
Absolutely fizzing down here, Joe. We've just seen all the competitors warming up for now. It's on, mate. So good to be here in NZ. What a place and what a morning.
Yeah, just coming down in the dark, watching the sun come up over the mountains, seeing the lines just pumping in through here in Manu Bay was a great way to just get introduced to this beautiful setup. And yeah, we're so pumped to go. Like long winding lefts, a wave that's going to require a real good tempo, real good rhythm. I think we're going to see a whole new personality from these surfers, especially, a crew who we haven't really seen in this sort of conditions before.
That's right. We're starting with the women, and there is some big stories unfolding there. Carissa Moore really trying to ignite her world title campaign, as is Erin Brooks. Stephanie Gilmore, she won the last event. She's up here. She's feeling good, signing autographs for all the Groms who are absolutely fizzing, and they're going to get right behind Delaney Morse in that opening round on the women's side. On the men's side, Vaughan, the Kiwis had plenty to celebrate as well. Tommy Butlin taking on Luke Thompson in that first heat, but this one, heat 2, in that opening round for the men, that's a big one. Two of the best backhand surfers here, and Billy Stearman with a real dream to realise at this event. Yeah,
that's right. Two-time Olympian Billy Stearman. He's been, a hero here for a long time, and this is the first time he's going to be surfing in a CT, especially at his home break. I'm expecting a real solid battle here, because Morgs is going to rely on really stabbing, powerful backside verts. Nooner alert, he's going to be punching it. But Billy Stearman, the rhythm of this wave is in his blood, and I'm expecting to see him release the fins and really start doing a few big blowtails out there. That's his weapon.
And obviously they'll be progressing through into the second round, and there's some huge heats there. Probably none bigger than the Olympic rematch between Jack Robinson and Kelly Vass there. And we know Jack Robbo has work to do, Joe, but he is certainly capable and has proven he can win all over this tour schedule.
We're right there with you, Ronnie. Thank you, Vaughn, for the fire up this morning. That's going to be a great one. Jack Robinson, like Ronnie was alluding to, was in the category with Ethan Ewing, leading into stop 3 of what's going on with the world title campaign. Australia's great on the men's side are with Ethan and Jack. Jack had the long off season to get surgery, get his body fit and ready, but he's got a real clean backhand. He'll be very dangerous here at Manu Bay. And Jesse noticed that he found a good looking surfboard leading up to opening day.